After 4 weeks of wear, it's time to remove this YWigs Water Deep Wave Human Hair Crochet from my head. Now, I do have an install of this hair so you can see how it got into my head. I also have a review so you can see how it wore over the 4 weeks of wear. This video is primarily focused on the removal of this hair. At 4 weeks, it's in there pretty good. So let's get this hair out of my head, shall we? Outside of your hands, the one element you need for removing is just water. Just water, H2O, spray bottle full of water. Going to use that to drench my hair. Not mist it, drench it. It makes that string that's at the top of the hair a little bit more malleable, more compliable. It complies a lot better when it's wet than if it was dry. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the secret to water is in this situation, but something about adding water adds a little bit of slip and allows the hair to come out of the loop a little bit easier. For these first few clips, I'm not even going to speed up the camera. I'm filming this in real time. And if you notice, I'm going to go in with water all throughout. It's going to be sporadic. Whenever I feel like the need for water calls me, I will be spraying this hair with water. All I'm doing is finding that string, the string that I, in the install, looped the hair through. Yeah, find that string again because you're going to need to unloop it. You're doing the reverse of what you did to install it. To install it, you pulled the hair through. All you're going to do is pull it back out. You pulled it through, you're pulling it back out. Never have I ever said that this process is easy. It is not easy. It's a hard process. Easy to get in, harder to take out. So you're going to need patience, time, your hands, and water. Patience, time, your hands, and water. This is going to take quite a few. It could be hours. It could literally be hours that you're doing this process. And if you want to reuse the hair, you have got to do this process, unfortunately. So everyone who's saying this cannot be done, it can be done. I'm showing you it can be done. It can be done. You're just going to have to, again, have that patience, that water, maybe a little bit of determination, time, and take that hair out your head. There are several points where I feel like I hit a stride where I can take 10 out back to back in under 30 seconds. It's so quick. It's so easy. And then I hit a wall. I hit a wall and I get one where I need to put a little bit of elbow grease into it. And it's hard and it don't come up. I might be working at it for 2 minutes. And if I find myself working at something a little too hard, I'll just move on to something else for a minute. I'll give that one a breather and I'll come back. We'll revisit it. I want you to know there are going to be pieces where it's a little bit easier and there's going to be pieces where it's a little bit harder. It's going to also depend on how active you were in that section. There's a level of, did you double knot it? Did you wash the hair? As you wash the hair, it knots up a little bit, especially at the root. It's a little bit more difficult to take down. I wash this hair, but a hair that I find easier to take down is one that I usually have not washed. It's one where, it just was what it was for a few weeks and then I took it out. I don't do the same process, of course, with synthetic either. Synthetic, I just cut it out and we're here today, gone tomorrow. Some people might also be like, why don't you just take down the braids? Why don't you just take down the braids? A lot of my styles, and especially this week, I wore a wig after I did the takedown. I didn't take the hair down and then take my braids out. I had something to do the rest of this week, and I put on a full wig. So it wasn't really a case of, oh, take down your braids. I needed those braids. And I do that a lot where I might use that braid down again for a half wig, or I might reuse that braid pattern. Solid base. I paid for the braid pattern. Somebody professionally did my braid down. I'm going to utilize that. So taking down the braids is just not an option in this case. If there's ever one where I feel like I'm doing too much work, like I'm spending way too much time on one strand, I just give it up. We just let one strand go to the wind. Like that hair was not meant to continue on with me. I will not be working forever. There's a certain point. Like I will give it a good go, a good amount of elbow grease. But then if it's becoming too much, I will part with one strand. I'll be all right. I always feel like my back is the easier part to take down. I have been doing this for about an hour, over an hour at this point of me filming. So I'm very tired, but I'm keeping on. Again, the front is probably my most painful point because it's the area I think that is exposed the most. It's the one that probably goes through the most styling, the one I put the most effort into in the morning. The back and the under layers you can't really see on a day-to-day basis. It's really about that front area, and that front area is usually what I leave for last because it is gonna be another hour to go. And as I mentioned, I will bring out those scissors if there's an area that I've spent too much time on. Again, I have used 2 packs for this install. That's 200 strands. I'm okay with letting, if it has to be 20 go, I'll let 20 go because it's just too difficult. I'm not going to spend an hour on one strand. If it's in there knotted too much, I will just snip at where that thread is and I'll keep it moving. I, again, don't mind losing a few strands in the battle if it means I'm keeping a majority of those strands. And this is it all removed. I use the braid pattern for what I want to use the braid pattern for next, which is just going to be a wig. And this is the pile of hair. People ask how I store it. I just put it in the bag it came in. So the little black bag that it came in when I received it, I just put it back in there, store it, because eventually I will reuse some of the human hair crochet that I've tried. It's not one and done for me. I don't throw it in the trash can. I reuse it. So I hope today's video was helpful. If it was, give it a big thumbs up. Even if it wasn't, still give it a big thumbs up. We want all the love and support over here on this channel, as well as we want you subscribed so you don't miss a thing we do over here, and have that notification bell on so you're sure you don't miss a thing that happens here. And I'll see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.